How's it going, guys? S1ippery Jim here with another Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops Survival Mode video for you guys, and this one is the achievement Unstoppable, which is worth 40 Gs, and you need to reach Wave 15 in each mission of Spec Ops Survival. So what I'll be doing is showing you each map and showing you how we get through this. So first up here we've got Resistance, which is one of the 4 Tier 1 maps, or the so-called easy maps. And on Wave 15 you do get the 2 Juggernauts to deal with. These easy maps, you should have no trouble getting to Wave 15 solo or co-op on these. If you do start to struggle in solo, just grab a co-op partner and you'll find it much easier, usually in nearly all the maps, to get to the higher rounds, which is why the team survival records are much higher than the solo ones. Our next map here is Village, also a Tier 1 map, but this is a slightly harder one because it is in a larger map and it does have a lot more exposed areas where you're vulnerable to the enemy air support. So we're just going to use the Predator again just to speed through this round a little bit quicker. And there's our Juggernaut, take him out there. Done. And up next we have Interchange. I haven't played this map too much personally. For some reason it's not one of my favorite maps, but it's pretty much the same deal here. Now I'm going to take out this closest Juggernaut with some C4 just for some variety. So I'll just wait till he comes over and we'll blow him up. There he goes. And then we've got the second one here as well. Take him out old school with some flashbangs. And there you go. Interchange done. And our fourth Tier 1 map here is Underground. Now, for this map, it's a pretty good map. It's a fairly easy map. There's a lot of indoor areas. I'm playing a team survival, in this particular case with Aiden. And we're just going to use a Predator reach to try and get through this round. So I hit my dude first. Aiden unfortunately misses the dude because he goes indoors before he can hit him with the Predator. So he grabs another Predator out the armory and I'll lure the dude outdoors here. Done. Okay, so let's move on to some of the regular difficulty or Tier 2 maps. The next map we've got is Dome. Once again, I'm playing a team survival on this one. And there's a very, very easy strategy for this one that you can use in team survival. Check out my video if you haven't already for the strategy on this map. But it basically involves camping up here on the catwalk. The only difficulty you'll have is when the air support comes in, when you have to take out the choppers pretty quickly. So on these regular difficulty maps, what you have is 2 helicopters and also about half a dozen infantry, including chemical warfare dudes, I believe. Yeah, we did. Yeah, I thought it was a bit early to have 3. So this round will take a little bit longer because there's obviously a few more of the enemy to deal with.
I can just surround my area and claim it. No guys even come around here.
Okay, so that's Dome ticked off the list, and we move on to Mission. Our mission can be a challenging map because there's only very, very tiny little areas of this map where you're going to be able to take cover safely from air support. Now I'm putting my sentry gun indoors here under this little awning to protect it from the air support. But unfortunately the helicopter does take it out, so it's difficult to protect your turrets in this map through the air support rounds. But you'll be safe as houses in here, provided you can fight off the infantry. You won't be able to get shot by the helicopter in this little area of the map. I prefer this little corner to the room that you can also take shelter in, which is diagonally opposite this side of the map, because you don't you've got a bit more field of view, if that makes sense. So you can see the enemies coming further off and take them out. You're a little bit less exposed, there's no window like in that room either, so I prefer this little corner of the map myself, and I like to set up my 2 turrets up here as well. Now at this point I'm thinking I'd like to get some more ammo. I don't really want to have to be at the other side of the map when the round starts and come back, so what I'm going to do is make a dash across the map to the ammo armory, and I'll just have to avoid the attack helicopter while I do that. So I just soften him up a little bit here, and then I'll make my dash for it. So as long as you stick to the walls of the building, the other side to where the helicopter is, you'll be pretty right. But you don't want to try and do this mid-round if you can help it, because the infantry will take you out. It's just taking cover along the way. There's that little room we're going past there. You can also take cover in here. But like I said, I don't really prefer that spot most of the time through the map. As far as my first impressions go of each map, I really like Village still. I like Carbon. It's a nice small map, lots of cover. Hardhat is pretty difficult, probably the most difficult map in my opinion. Or one of the most difficult, even though it's not an insane difficulty map. Bootleg is pretty fun as well. I reckon my favourite map is probably still Baka. This is just so intense and crazy. Arcaden's pretty easy, and Lockdown's pretty easy as well. They're both the insane difficulty maps. Anyway, let's move on to Seatown here. And Seatown, so far I've found this little spot. It's not the best spot because there's a lot of areas the enemy can come at you from, up the stairs, in a window at the back, or through that front entrance. You know the one I mean. But it's not too bad. And of course we've got the 2 helicopters and the infantry once again here to deal with. As far as your perks go, depends what map you're playing with, but usually Sleight of Hand will be the best one if you're employing a camping strategy, so that you can obviously reload quicker. And if you're in a map where you have to run around a lot from cover to cover or whatever, and you can't really camp, then something like Extreme Conditioning might be more useful. The other perks I don't find particularly useful whatsoever. So I'm just picking off the last of these infantry here. If you can, it's a good idea to stay in cover, pick off the infantry, and then deal with the helicopters at the end, and that will allow you to buy whatever you need for the next round as well. Similar to keeping a crawler in zombies, if you like. Just keep one of the helicopters so you can do what you've got to do, because 30 seconds is not a lot of time, as you guys will know. It probably gives you enough time to go to one of the armories, but not to 2 or 3 of them in a lot of these maps. And you don't want to get stuck on the other side of the map at the start of the round, away from where you've got your sentry guns set up, because they will get attacked straight away and destroyed before you can get back. So in this case, what I'm going to do is head over to the equipment armory and buy a few supplies, and then we'll restart the round into round 16. Take out the helicopter and grab some more knickknacks. Okay, let's move on to Carbon here, and I've also put up a strategy video for Carbon in Team Survival. We like to camp at the bottom of the map here. This is a solo game though, and you'll get 99% of the enemy coming from in front, which makes it a really good spot. And you've also got cover from the helicopters in this little hut or building. So I've got 2 turrets set up to the left, outside of the hut. They get destroyed by the helicopter pretty quickly. I could have brought them inside the building, but they'll often get destroyed anyway because the helicopters will shoot through the door and the windows. Now I do get down here, but luckily I got self-revive, and as soon as we kill that dude we come straight back up. So exactly the same thing, we're just taking out the infantry, leaving 2 helicopters to last here. Got 1 dude coming down the bottom, and now it's just the 2 helicopters. So if possible, it's probably better to take them out just with your ammo and your light machine gun or whatever. The Predator is much easier, but it's $2,500 for each Predator missile, so if you haven't got much money, just save your money and use your LMGs, old school. Done. Okay, so that is the last of our tier 2 maps. Let's move on to tier 3. These are the advanced difficulty, or the hard difficulty maps, as they're called. And the first one we've got here is Bootleg, and this is a really good spot to camp just here. I find it's undercover. You can set up to your 2 grenade launcher turrets at the back here, but in wave 15 in these hard difficulty maps, you get a right shield juggernaut and a regular juggernaut. You get suicide bombers, you get attack helicopters and infantry as well. So what I do is basically start off the round there, and then I'll make a circuit around the map and get the enemy coming behind me. Now you'll usually be able to take out the infantry by the time you get back to your original starting spot, and you'll just have the 2 juggernauts to deal with. And I've been able to get to pretty high rounds doing this strategy in solo as well. So I've got a juggernaut down there. I'm just going to come around this side and swing back round to our little spot here. So once again, unfortunately, I couldn't protect my turret, but that's alright. We'll worry about that later. And I'll make another circuit of the map here. And this sort of strategy is a strategy that you can use to get to the higher rounds, especially if you're out of your turrets, because even having 2 grenade launcher turrets in the later rounds, past round 30 or whatever, they're not going to last very long against the heavily armoured infantry with the fad assault rifle. Unless you're really protecting them and watching them. Okay, so we've just got the attack helicopter left here. And I'll just try and take him out without getting too shot up. Alright, done. And our next map up is Hardhat. And Hardhat is a map that I found fairly challenging. It's hard to find a really good camping spot. I'm playing it here in Team Survival, so as you can see I've got our 2 grenade launcher turrets set up in that pipe. And in wave 15, obviously we've got the same deal. We've got an attack helicopter, we've got 2 juggernauts, and all the rest as well. So I'm just watching this back area while my teammate watches the pipe, and unfortunately the juggernauts take out the 2 turrets. So just use your flashbangs basically. You want to stock up on flashbangs whenever you know there's a juggernaut round coming, and then they usually won't be too much hassle to get rid of once you give them a couple of flashbangs. Alright, so we've just got the attack helicopter now, and then that will be Hardhat ticked off the list. Alright, let's move on to the next map, which is Fallen. And this map has a really good spot that you can camp in here, in this little hut on the fringes of the map. You've really only got the upstairs, which you'll hardly get any, literally almost no enemy coming from, depending where you start each round yourself. Most of them will come through this front way where I'm watching now, and a few from the side as well. So if you set up your grenade launcher turrets upstairs to watch the upstairs area, you should have a pretty easy time of it. And we get a suicide dog there, so you just have to move out of the way a little bit. And I'm looking around here for the Juggernaut, but it's very hard to distinguish them from the regular infantry, so I'll just take out the attack helicopter instead. And it turns out the Juggernaut's coming in the front door here. And I'll go prone here, and for some reason I seem to get stuck inside the wall or something, I don't know, but I couldn't get up, and they downed me. Your old self-revive saves the day again though, and we can cross that one off the list as well. So the last of our tier 3 or hard difficulty maps is Outpost. I'm doing this in solo. With this map there's a large bunker area where you can take cover from the attack helicopters, and you can set up your 2 turrets down the bottom, the lower exit from the bunker, to watch that avenue, but most of the enemy will come from the front if you start each round outside the front of the bunker here at the top. And this is a pretty good fun map. It's quite large though, which means you've got a long way to get to each of the armories. And as you can see, we've got our Juggernauts coming in the front entrance here now. So I'm just going to use the flashbangs. And while we're watching this, guys, maybe leave a comment and let me know which one's your favourite map so far in survival mode. How you're enjoying it. If you're coming from a zombies playing background, do you like it more than zombies? Do you like it less? Is it just different? And let me know if you're having difficulty with any of the maps, stuff like that. I'd be interested on your thoughts. Like with any new game, there's kind of a honeymoon period where you think, oh, this is the best thing in the world, or whatever. And then after a few weeks, you're like, oh, you know what? It's not that great. I'm a bit bored with it now. Is that happening already with survival mode or not? How much longevity do you think we'll get out of it? Personally, I'm still really enjoying it. Taking a little bit of a break from it now, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's pretty insane at the higher levels. It's quite challenging, and it really does help with your map knowledge as well in Modern Warfare 3. And I'm just making my way here to the equipment armory to purchase some supplies. And we've only got the one helicopter left here. I'm just trying to avoid it a little bit, and we take it down there and end wave 15. Alright, let's move on to our insane difficulty maps, and these are the tier 4 maps. The first one we're looking at here is Lockdown, and this map, where I tend to spend my time, is this reasonably central building, and there's a long hallway in the middle of this building connecting two buildings, which is a pretty good spot to set up your two turrets. We have set one up facing each way, and then we just camp next to it and guard an entrance each, and that tends to work pretty well. In this map, you do get shot from across the windows and from the building across the way as well. You just have to be mindful of that. It's not too much of a danger though. Not snipe, but it would be harder with snipers, wouldn't it? And in insane difficulty, what you get is you get your basically on wave 15, you do just get regular infantry coming at you, but they are the heavily armored infantry with the FAD assault rifle. But it's not a particularly challenging round at round 15. The harder rounds are just at a different waves in insane difficulty. So it's a reasonably comfortable round when you've just got the infantry to deal with, and that's Lockdown done. The next map is Arcaden, or Arcaden, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. In any case, there is a large area that you can spend some time in here. I've just come out of that section of the map, and we set up our two turrets down the bottom of the stairs on that area in here, and then we basically watch the front entrance usually. But my teammate here is watching the turrets so they don't get destroyed. And it's as simple as that really. This map is not that hard. If you set it up in this area. Okay, then we have Baka, which is actually the fourth of the tier 4 maps. And this is a really enjoyable map. I love playing this map. And I'm going to bring you a full game from this map where we played a pretty decent round in co-op, but where we spend our time in this map is up in this little hut, and it's got the ideal setup because there's only one entrance to this building. So we set up our turrets up in the balcony, and all of the enemy will just come pouring in through the entrance and up the stairs, so you'll be able to just funnel them all through there and pick them off with your LMGs. But because we don't have any helicopters to worry about or any juggernauts, I'm just kind of taking a few out from the balcony area and my mate's downstairs clearing out the ones that come to the entrance. It's going to be helicopter. Okay, our very last map, the 15th map we need for this achievement is Downturn, and I'm playing this map in solo, and there's a pretty good spot underneath this map in this wrecked area of underground. And what we do is set up turrets down here, and then you'll have the 2 entrances from either side that you need to watch as well. But depending where you start the round, hopefully you'll be able to get all the enemy coming from in front, and you might get 1 or 2 coming from one of the sides. And this is pretty good setup as well on this map to get to the higher rounds. Now what we're looking at here is wave 14, and I'm just finishing it off here. We've got 2 enemies left, and then we'll get our achievement popping up. So there you go, achievement unlocked, Unstoppable, and you also get a gamer tag or title or whatever you want to call it for Unstoppable, also to flaunt to your mates in multiplayer. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you're thinking of survival mode. But for now, it is S1ippery Jim out, and once again, thanks for watching.